Yo, what is up, guys? We're back for another Korean drama review. Now, I know I said I was supposed to be getting these out every week, and I know I missed a week in between. I might even missed 2 weeks, but we back. Alright, that's all you gotta worry about. We're gonna be getting these videos out. And today, we got a banger. You can see it. No, that's not right. It's over there. It's over there. We're talking about The Glory. In The Glory, ooh, that name works, boy. So look, this show is written. I gotta read it, right? Because these names are hard. I have no form of Korean training. So if anybody's gonna cook me in the comments about how I pronounce these names and how I gotta sit here and read it and sound it out, leave me alone. Cause this joint is hard for me. So it was written by Kim Un-suk. It was directed by An Gil-ho. Okay. Cast members. We're gonna go over the cast members. So we got Song Hye-kyo. I believe that's the main character. It's so hard to say these names for me. Lee Do-hyun and Lim Ji-yeon. And there are a lot more people to list, but we are not listing them today. You can look it up on the site if you feel like it. Yeah, it's just too many people. But our main character is Song Hye-kyo, who is Moon Dong-gun. That's that character. She's the main character. I'm just gonna call her Moon because that is so much easier to do. So that's gonna be a name. All right. So what is The Glory? The Glory is a dark Korean drama that has 16 episodes. 16. That's as close as I can get to join 16. I guess that. What join that? That and that. That's 16 episodes. Right. So it's 16 episodes of straight bangers, y'all. So we're not gonna get too specific. Cause like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. The point of the reviews are try to give you an idea what the show is about without spoiling anything major, so you can watch it for yourself. Essentially, it's about a woman, a girl who was essentially just bullied to the highest degree when she was in, I would say, was that middle school, high school? It's middle to high school. All right, middle school. Yeah, middle school. And then a little bit of high school. She was bullied, and essentially no one could help her. Why can nobody help her? Is because the people that were bullying her were all of the elite class, the top 1%, like super rich people, and they were just bullying her. So what happens when the person who donates to the school son starts bullying somebody, or the daughter starts bullying somebody? Essentially nothing, because their parents are such a big role in keeping the school open and a lot of other things just in check that people will turn a blind eye to things because we need that money. And that's essentially the moral of the story, is that our girl Moon was bullied by entitled kids who truly do think that everybody else is less than them if they don't have money. And because of that, Moon's life essentially was ruined due to that. So there are about four main people that were a part of that group that was messing with her for all those years. And it's also plays like the school's also a big part of it because there were teachers who were blatantly told, and instead of taking the disciplinary actions to discipline those kids, they took it out on Moon instead. So they were like, "Why are you lying? Why are you doing this?" Like, and beating on it. Like, it was bad because they knew that if they were to challenge that authority, they would lose their job. Who knows what could happen to them? So instead of doing that, they just protected the kids who were doing the wrong things. And then even when she finally did find somebody in that area who was willing to help her out, they couldn't even handle it either. So, and I'm not gonna go into specifically who it was and what happened, but they couldn't handle it. So now you might be asking, right? So somebody's getting bullied in school, right? Why don't you just transfer schools? Like, if the school's not gonna do anything, transfer schools, right? Unfortunately, that doesn't work either because her home life is in absolute shambles, y'all. Shambles. Just think of all the worst things that could be happening in your home life and in school life happening at the same time. That's essentially what happened here. So there was no place safe at home. There was no place safe at school. And even when walking around in her free time, every now and then, you might pull up on these people, and these people are following you. So you don't even have the free time. You can see how difficult this becomes, and I'm not sure how Korea go, how that works and everything, but it's not as easy as a kid can't just enroll themselves to another school. I don't think you can't even do that here. It's just not how that happens. It requires a parent sign off and things like that. So you have all these working factors against our girl Moon, and she essentially becomes bitter. So she ends up finding a way out through some unorthodox means to get out of the school, but then we end up pivoting to her as an adult. And when I say, y'all, like I said, she was getting I'm gonna say it exactly like this because it's the best way to say it. She was getting cooked in middle school. Cooked. Quite literally, she was getting cooked. So, as an adult, she has a plan. Her plan is to get back at every single person who did her dirty in those years of school. Because it was bad. It was really bad, and she was not the only victim of this violence. Let's keep that in mind here. There are other people that also dealt with this, but she's the only one who necessarily made it out and was ready to do something about it, okay? So, she essentially devised this plan against the 4 people, and I'm not even gonna say their names because I don't want to give it anyway. So you'll just be able to see it for yourself. Yeah, I got the pictures up, and a lot of them are in the picture, but she ends up devising a grand master plan to get back at each and every person, each and every one. I'm not going to tell you whether or not she was successful or not. You can see that for yourself. But just think, if you happen to watch if you guys happen to watch anime, there's a show called Bleach. And there's like the villain character. His name is Aizen. That man's planning stuff like 30 steps ahead of everybody. Like, his plan's been in motion for so long. He's like, oh yeah. It's like, oh, Aizen, you just lost your left arm. It was all a part of my master plan. And then he, pushed the glasses up. Yeah, all part of my master plan. It's like, I already knew that was going to happen. I made that happen. That's the type of time she's on. That's how dedicated my girl Moon was to getting back at these people. She gets back. Some of them scenes, some of them episodes hit hard. But like I said, it's a drama. So there are ups and there are downs to this revenge. You're going to have to go ahead and watch her to see if she actually succeeds. But I will tell you, like I said, there are some ups. So you're going to be like, oh, let's go. And then you're going to be starting to be like, oh, ooh, we might be cooked. You can see the final result for yourself. But it is a great show. You got to watch it. Oh, and I got to throw it in there. There is love interest. It's got to be. It's still a K-drama. There is a love interest. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because fortunately it's not the main focus of the show, but there is a love interest. Would you even call it a love interest? Yeah, it's a love interest. There is a love interest in here. So that's still in there. It's definitely darker. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you struggle with domestic abuse, if you struggle with any kind of abuse at all, please seek help. Let me start out there right now. And if you do suffer with those things and you get triggered by those things, you don't necessarily suffer with them, but you just can't sit with this kind of content. You can't sit with, somebody getting beat on and all that kind of stuff and verbal abuse. Do not watch this show. Okay? Let's make that clear. If you don't have the stomach for that, you will not enjoy this show. I enjoy this show because it's just content to me. Like I have a filter. I have a brain filter. This is just visual content, so it doesn't bother me. So I'm able to watch this with really no problem. Desensitized, which isn't good, but I am. So I can watch this with no problem. But if you are a person who is triggered by these kinds of things, some like very dark things happening to stuff that are very real, stay away from the show. I know I did 2 of these in a row, but I promise you the next video that I'm doing it's gonna be a lighthearted kind of show. Okay, so keep that in mind. The next show I'm doing is gonna be very lighthearted and it won't be this super dark stuff. But I happen to tune in. By the way, this came out in, it came out in 2023, I believe. Yes, I believe it came out in 2023. And I somehow missed that. So yeah, don't ask me how. I'm just now watching this, but it's fine. Go watch. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead and go watch it. I know I'm not doing this on a script because I don't need a script, guys. Because I'm just telling you how fire it is. You like a dark show. You like some getting back action. You like all that kind of stuff. Go watch. I don't know what else to say. I'm not even gonna sit here and ramble. I was about to start going on a crazy tangent. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.